Hey everyone, it's Holly here, and today I wanted to talk about something really important that I see coming up again and again for a lot of women in my community that is preventing them from moving towards their dream goals. And whether that's in their careers, in their corporate 9 to 5s, or in their businesses, it's a big roadblock that's actually holding them back from being able to make progress. And that is when we find ourselves sharing our dreams and goals with those closest to us and they don't get it. So you may have had that exact experience where you've suddenly got clarity on something, or you're feeling really motivated or inspired or purposeful about making changes. Or there's just those niggling feelings in the pit of your stomach that are telling you you're yearning for something more. You know that you're destined for more. And that deep down, right now, if you're honest with yourself, you're not really achieving your full potential. And so naturally, we want to share this with those closest to us. But what can sometimes happen is that we're not actually getting the response that we really wanted. It doesn't feel like others really truly understand us, that maybe we're the only one in our friends or family group who's kind of moving against the grain in some way and wanting to do things a little bit differently to those around us. Now, at first, this can feel really demoralizing, really disheartening, because ultimately these are the people that we trust the most. And what can happen is if we don't really have a strong sense of self, or if our mindset is not really in place to support us in the best way at this point in time, that we can kind of accept that as true. We can kind of accept their ideas or their suggestions as fact, as reality. And this may be enough for us to give up the very notion of making an attempt to do something differently or to pursue these goals that deep down we feel there's something in them, there's something in this. So I want to just talk a little bit about this in some more detail and really shine a light as to what's going on here. So when we're talking to others, and I've had the same experience, when I was eyeball deep in my quarter life crisis in my corporate career a number of years ago, I wound up ticking all the boxes in my career and achieving every goal I'd set myself to achieve, and yet I wound up miserable. When I talked to some people around me about the fact that I wasn't really happy, a lot of the reactions I got and the responses I got was, what's wrong with you, pretty much. People saw me as successful on paper, that I had it all. I had everything going for me, that my life was perfect and my career was just working perfectly to plan. And in many ways it was, but what I had failed to recognize at that moment in my life was that I didn't actually know what success meant to me personally in my life or in my work. And so, yes, I had been following a plan step by step, and everything had been materializing in exactly the way that I had set out to achieve it. But something was missing, something fundamental was missing. And that sense of inner conflict and the sense of stress and overwhelm that I was placing on myself at that point in my life actually led me to serious illness and burnout. And that thankfully was the big wake-up call where the universe basically intervened and smacked me around a little bit, and I was forced to look at things a little bit differently. But it was not an easy road forwards when others around me didn't necessarily get why I wanted to do things differently and why I wanted to kind of divert from a seemingly perfect plan that was just kind of rolling out in front of me. And really what's going on here is that those around us who are always well-meaning, I really want to stress this, there's never a malicious intent if someone is being critical or it feels like you're surrounding yourself with naysayers who are telling you why you can't. But what's really going on here is that they're projecting their stuff and their stories onto you. So each and every single one of us is looking through the world through our own lens. It's like we all have rose-tinted glasses that we're viewing the world through. And these are created by our own individual values, beliefs, paradigms, basically our way of seeing things. And this has been created since childhood. And it's all of our influences, all of our backgrounds, our education, all of the things that have really created who we are today, that has helped form the way in which we see the world around us and the way in which we see ourselves. And each and every one of us also has an unconsciously written success story. And what I mean by that is, throughout creating and forming those beliefs and values over time, we have unconsciously, most of the time, also decided and defined what level of success is truly possible for us. And each and every one of us have done that. And these beliefs around our success and ourselves and our ability to achieve the results that we want, our beliefs around failure, all of these things strongly influence the actions we do or do not take in our life and in our work. So each and every one of us is seeing the world slightly differently, and that's all going to come down to our own background and our own stuff that we've experienced personally that have led us to form certain beliefs over time. Now, when other people are hearing your ideas for doing things differently, that may not quite fit with the story that they have written about what success means. You know, success for me used to mean hard work. And guess what? I burnt out. It wasn't a belief that actually empowered and supported me. But until we look closely at that, we're just unconsciously carrying on. So each and every one of us have our own set of perceptions around what success means. And for some people, it means climbing the corporate ladder. For others, it might mean a job for life. And for others, it might mean having the flexibility to do whatever lights us up, so that we can pursue our own passions from a place, that's heart-centered. But we're all going to have a different version. And when you share your ideas and goals that may seem a bit left field or a bit out of the ordinary compared to what those around you are used to, or those around you have accepted as true for them, this is where there can be a bit of a disconnect. And their reaction to you can often be their own fears coming up around the concept of change, the concept of doing things against the norm. If that doesn't sit comfortably with them personally, then you're probably going to have that reflected back at you. And that's nothing to do with you. I cannot emphasize that heavily and strongly enough. This is the thing where we really need to be completely self-aware and socially aware of what is it really about when someone else doesn't agree, or when someone else is telling us why something isn't possible. And really, it's actually about them and what they believe about themselves, and far less likely to have anything to do with your capacity to achieve. Now, as I said, this comes from a place of positive intent. They want the best for you. They want to keep you safe and secure and comfortable. But is that actually empowering you to discover and explore and experiment and test and learn what could be if you fully believed in the possibility of your goals and dreams, if you fully trusted yourself to work towards a direction that you're feeling called towards, even if it has no rhyme or reason. And we often can get caught up in our heads and the rational, logical, sensible way of doing things, or the sensible path we should be following in our career. But what we need to do instead is actually tune into our hearts, tune into our gut and our intuition, that sense that something else is pulling us, something else is guiding us. And that intuition has never failed us before. But it can feel scary, it can feel unknown and uncertain. And we can be placing a lot of our leap of faith, so to speak, on something that feels kind of abstract, just a feeling. And this is why when we're trying to articulate it to others, it can feel very intangible, even risky, and something that they just can't really grasp in terms of their own map of the world and the way that they're viewing the world around them. So I really want you to understand that this is not about you if you're getting what feels like negative responses towards your dreams and goals, or you're just not getting the support and the reaction that you'd hoped for in terms of that positivity. Recognize what is your story versus their story, and you have a choice as to what you accept from others. And this is why sometimes we need to just take that degree of judgment as to how much we invite other people's opinions in, because that can often make things very confusing for us. If they're not quite on the same wavelength, then it can actually cloud the issue and make us more confused than we started out. So what's really important is to actually be surrounding yourself with people who get it, people who are playing at a different energy level than perhaps your nearest and dearest. They're people who are aspiring towards similar things, who are speaking a slightly different language when it comes to what's possible. People who do trust in themselves and who have overcome obstacles and proven just what can be when we truly believe and when we take action that is purposeful. So Oprah has a wonderful quote, and she says to surround yourself with those who lift you higher. And I just absolutely love that, because it really is about having that sense of like-minded community, women who can support you and cheer you on and champion you, and who know that you are capable of more without a shred of doubt, and who aren't going to project their stuff onto you in a way that's potentially going to hold you back and derail you. So this is why it's so important to consider who are we surrounding ourselves with, and are those people giving us the greatest possible chance of us taking action towards the things that we know deep down we're meant for. And this is why I have created my Influence with Impact Mastermind. This is a group of like-minded, go-getter women who know that they're destined for more than the current status quo, who know that they are passion-driven and they want to rewrite the rules for their success so they can create the influence, impact, and income in their work they desire and deserve. And they want to be part of a community that is supportive, that holds them accountable, and that can be a source of shared inspiration and connection. So I've created this very special 6-month group program for a very small number of passion-driven women in business who are ready to make changes in their careers in 2018. So we kick off in January, and this is a blend of practical game-changing strategies and tools to help you know how to step up, speak up, and show up in a bigger way so that you can create the positive impact that you really, truly desire in your work. So this will perfectly suit multi-passionate women in a 9-to-5 who have ideas of one day running their own show, or perhaps you've had ideas swirling around in your head for a really long time, or dreams on the back burner of launching your own dream business and you just don't know how to go about it. This is going to give you the fundamentals and the steps to start getting crystal clear clarity, building a positive mindset that supports you to take action, and also giving you important, essential strategies to put that plan in place and make it a reality. It will also perfectly suit early stage entrepreneurs who have their vision and just not quite getting the traction or the momentum in their business they really want to, and they're just not getting that consistency and are feeling a little bit disheartened, and perhaps you're surrounded by people who are telling you, give it up, go back to a corporate 9-to-5 or something awful like that, which you know is just not sitting right with you. So this mastermind is a blend of online trainings that are going to support you to get crystal clear clarity so you can cut through the fog, create a roadmap for your success, and start taking action. It'll also make sure that you can have access to really incredible life-changing strategies to help you boost your confidence in the moments that matter, really know how to cultivate a positive mindset that supports you regardless of what those around you are saying, and to help you move through uncertainty and change in an inspiring, purpose-driven way. We'll also look at the art of impactful communication. So my game-changing strategies that will significantly amplify the way that you put yourselves out there and the results and the response that you get. So you're going to learn how to effectively communicate with anyone around you, even if you're a natural introvert, so you can create trusted connections that bring the right people on board effortlessly and influence to get the outcomes that you desire. We'll also look at how do you build influential online and offline networks? How do you create those sought after collaborations or joint venture partnerships that you can really build your credibility and authority with the right people who can open doors to fast track your success in your field? And we'll look at how to design a powerhouse personal brand that gets you noticed for all the right reasons, that allows you to stand apart and be the go-to expert in your industry in a way that feels authentic and aligned to you. We'll look at how you package up your brilliance and your unique skills and strengths so that you can really shine a light in your work and attract the right people to you. And we'll look at success and productivity hacks to streamline, structure, and automate how you're showing up in your work so that you can free up your time and capacity to spend on the things that matter most to you. So this is all about not only creating a career or business of your design, but a lifestyle of your design that ultimately means something important to you. So we're really going to look at who you are in your work and what's important to you. Alongside those trainings, you're going to get access to live group coaching calls, a private Facebook community 24/7 to answer your questions, to connect with the other women in the group, to share inspiration. And you're going to get access to industry-leading guest experts who will be sharing an incredible lineup of masterclasses on everything from connecting to your intuition, to the art of storytelling in your business, to create your personal brand, how to nail your compelling message from our copywriting strategist, how to unlock financial abundance from our money mindset expert, how to get featured in the media so you can build your presence, authority, and credibility from our PR specialist, and how to capture your brand essence through captivating photo shoots that catapult your business to the next level and build that powerhouse personal brand. And that is from my personal photographer. There's also an incredible number of early bird bonuses up for grabs right up until December 18th, and they are worth $2,500, and they include 2 one-on-one coaching calls with me, as well as access to my personal graphic designer who will create done-for-you brand assets. So you can start increasing your visibility, putting yourself out there in a confident and polished way, and start building your presence and your impact in a far greater level than you are today. And a ton of other things up for grabs. Plus, you're going to get access to personalized profiling tools that will help you understand your unique communication style, how you can flex and adapt that style to bring other styles on board in your communication, and you'll understand your workplace motivators, the 2 things that drive you in your work that must be in place in your work, otherwise you will not feel as energized, productive, or fulfilled as you could. So you're going to get your own takeaway 40-page report jam-packed with insights and strategies to help you show up fully in a way that's far more authentic and ultimately bring you far more happiness. So if this mastermind's resonating with you, do not hesitate. Slots are filling up fast. I'm keeping it super small. We kick off in January. So all you need to do is reach out to me, let me know you're interested. You can do that by private messaging me on Facebook or emailing me, holly@hollymccue.com, or you can click on the link and schedule a call with me by clicking to apply, where you'll get instant access to my diary. We'll have an informal chat, talk through any questions that you have, and determine if this is a fit for you. So if you're sick and tired of where you are today and you know that there's more for you out there and you just don't know where to make a start or how to make it happen, then take this action step, get on a call with me, and we can see if this is the program that can support you towards your goals in 2018. So I really look forward to hearing from you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.